Hello, I'm Shobha Balasubramaniam. Welcome back to my channel Spices and Flavors by Shobha. Today's recipe is from the mango. It's a very tasty and a yummy recipe. This is a must try recipe during the mango season. So this is the Manga Thokku. So for those who do not know what is Thokku, Thokku is a sort of pickle prepared from mango. Please do give this a try. We'll now see the recipe. So that's about 1072. I think you can make out. So it's a little more than 1 kg. So I am taking all these 4 mangoes. You can take any type of mango. I am taking these. These are called as Ginimuthi Mavinkai in Kannada or Kilimukku Manga in Tamil. Okay. This I am going to wash very well, wipe it and then peel the skin and grate it. So for grating the mango, there are many options. See, you can use this manual grater. You can grate it with this bigger holes. But grating with this manual grater, I find it very difficult. So I am not going to use this. You can use this also, the manual onion cutter or whatever. You can add small chunks of mango here and then chop them. Or I have one more. This is the Singer quick chopper. It's quite useful to chop a few vegetables. I use this to cut capsicum, cabbage, beetroot, etc. So today I'll be using this. This is an electrical one and it works well. I'll just show you. So I'm adding small chunks of mangoes here. See, I have added so much. I'll have to lock this. It's a little tricky. I have locked it now. I will turn on the switch. I'll just have to press this. We'll just check once. See? It's a little tricky to close this. It's a little tricky. So I'll do it for some more time. Yes, this is done. See, I'll transfer this to a plate. It could be a little messy, but the job is done quite easily. So there our grated or chopped mango is ready. Now we are going to make the thokku. So you can see it's finely chopped. This makes it a lot easier to chop this in that machine. Okay, you can just try this instead of manually grating. That takes a lot of time and for me it is quite tough. Now we'll start making the Manga Thokku. I switched on the induction stove. I have kept a kadai, a heavy one. So to this, when the kadai gets hot, we will add oil. When the kadai is hot, I am adding 1/4 cup of sesame oil or the gingerly oil. We will need more. So when the oil is hot, I am adding a tablespoon of mustard seeds. We will require more gingerly oil. I have totally used up 240 ml of oil. That makes it 1 cup for this quantity of Manga Thokku. When the mustard splatters, add a teaspoon of asafoetida and half teaspoon of turmeric. Then add the grated mango to the kadai. Mix it well now. Added a 1/4 cup of gingerly oil. As I told you, we will require more. Now adding another 1/4 cup of oil. So that makes it 120 ml of sesame oil. You will have to use only the sesame seeds oil. Only then it will taste well and it acts as a preservative. So I am adding the oil at intervals. Adding the required salt now. I am adding the rock salt here as that also acts as a preservative to the thokku. Keep sauteing this on low medium flame, taking care not to burn the mango. You have to saute this mango only in oil. Only then it will be tasty. So that has to get cooked only in oil. See, now I have already added 120 ml of oil, that is half cup. Now I am adding the next 60 ml, that is totally 180 ml. So now I have added 180 ml of sesame seed oil or the gingerly oil. I still feel the oil is not sufficient. Adding the last quarter cup of oil, another 60 ml. So totally I have added 240 ml of oil. That makes it 1 cup of oil. So once in a while when you are making the mango thokku, you can forget about your diet, your healthy dishes, and enjoy this. So I'll keep this for another 10 minutes and come back to you. Now I have been cooking this for about 15 minutes. You can see the oil oozing out. Now we'll add the chili powder. I have taken about 30 grams, out of which I am going to add only 20 grams now. Later, after tasting it, I will add little more if needed. So out of 30 grams, I am adding the first 20 grams and keep sauteing after adding this. Some people like their Manga Thokku to be very spicy, but I like my Manga Thokku to be spicy, tangy, and at the same time a little sweetish too. So I add jaggery a little liberally. You can see the oil oozing out, which means it's been cooked. Now I am adding quarter cup of jaggery. I may require more. I will tell you if I add more. Check for salt. I am adding the next quarter cup of jaggery, which means I have totally added half cup of jaggery. I have added the entire measurements, perfect measurements in the description box below. So don't worry, you can just check it out once. So after adding the jaggery powder, I have been cooking this on low medium flame for about 15 minutes. You can see the oil oozing out, which means the mango has been cooked well along with other spices, and I added only 20 grams of chili powder. You can add if you want more. Now taste and check for salt, jaggery or chili powder. Now I am going to add one powder. I have dry fried 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds and half teaspoon of mustard seeds in a small saucepan and then powdered it. I am adding half a teaspoon of that. This acts as a preservative for any thokku or pickle. So this needs to be added finally. You can make this powder and store it if it is in excess. You can add it again for thokku or pickle. After preparing this thokku, I had sent a little to my sister and she was all praised for me, saying that it tasted great and she just loved it. I could say this now because I am giving a voiceover and editing after a week as I could not find time. So you should give it a try at this thokku during the mango season and I am sure you will just love it. It's better to store this thokku in the refrigerator and you can use it as and when you require it, bringing it to the room temperature. But I am sure you will not have any need to store it, as this will be consumed very soon by your family, as it tastes really good and irresistible. Our mango thokku is over now. I am switching off the stove and I am going to transfer this to a glass jar which is cleaned and dried. I am going to store the thokku in this glass jar which is cleaned and dried. Transferring the prepared thokku to a presentation bowl. So our tasty Manga Thokku is ready to be served. Do enjoy this with curd rice or with idli, dosa, chapati, anything of your choice. You can see the oil oozing out, but don't worry, it will be very tasty. Only then it will stay for a longer time and the taste will be doubled if you add so much oil. So if you are watching my channel for the first time, please like the video, share the video with your friends and relatives, and also subscribe to my channel Spices and Flavors by Shobha if you have not yet done so. And click the bell icon and click all, as you will be notified as and when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching my video. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.